What's good, my G's? It's your boy Snow, Ignorant Gamers in the house.
My name is Ramon.
How you doing? How you living? How you gaming? If you don't already know, G stands for Gamerz. Welcome to the channel.
There's a while I thought G stood for Gone Girl.
It used to, but then they tried to sue me. And it has no monies, so it couldn't pay that.
Change it to Gamerz.
I had to change it to Gamerz, in research. So, this podcast is really going to be a waste of your time if you're not subscribed already. So,
No new friends.
No new friends for this podcast. This podcast doesn't even have a series. We're just shooting on the hip with this one. We're actually about to start ignoring you in like 20 seconds, but continue to watch.
Must be a Nintendo fan if I'm ignoring you.
And you know what? I actually kind of want to start there. So I've been getting hit with a lot of questions. It's like, yo, so why you making this? At the job and all that. One of my colleagues just recently picked up a Switch. I did not send him your recent video, your 90 days later video. I did not send him that.
Could have saved that man about $300. He probably paid $400.
He already pulled the trigger. Actually, he got it. What did he get it on Amazon? It had restocked or something like that. He got it. Boom.
Oh, he got no sleep that night.
He just right place, right time. But he's been lucky. He got the NES, NES Classic. I'm getting charged up already. So
wow.
Let's all right. So let me stick with the Switch. For me, 5 games away before I can give it my attention for purchase.
5 what? Games or serious games?
5 games away for me to give it my attention. Just 5 games, period.
Nah, hold on. So you can't say that. What kind of games?
Whatever games for me that I want to play.
Oh, I got you.
Not serious games, because they can come out with Assassin's Creed. I don't care. That's a serious game. I don't care. I don't play Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but that'll never happen. So what type of games you care about that would fit into this Nintendo mold?
I just need stuff that I can't buy anywhere else.
Oh, there's a bunch of Neo Geo shit.
No. I can get
Neo Geo.
what?
I'll be back. Let me go get the shit.
I can get Neo Geo anywhere else.
I'm going to read you off some shit.
You can do that. I'm going to blab my mouth a little bit while you go ahead and do that. So, now I can talk to you. It literally is a decent piece of hardware. I still feel like it's underdeveloped. I still feel like it's super bare bones, and it doesn't do the things that our smartphones could do. You know what I mean? And I know you're sitting here like, but the fact that I can take this out the house, it needs to just do a little bit more out the gate. So if I don't penalize the Switch for that, I penalize for games. Now, getting back to you.
We got a problem.
Is not charged.
The battery's dead.
Battery died on that?
On the Switch.
On the Switch? Oh, okay.
Well, that lets you know
what's been going on there.
Proceed, sir.
So Puyo Puyo Tetris, which I keep telling you to buy. I can't buy the game, although it's a dope travel game.
How do you spell it?
Puyo twice.
Oh, I see it.
Comes right up. Puyo Puyo Tetris, right? Ultimate handheld game. Should be on the Vita, right? It came out on PlayStation 4 a couple years back.
Is this Tetris?
It's Tetris in there as well.
No, that's cool.
It dropped as Japanese, so I had to import it. I have it on my P4. I had to import it, right? And
President Trump would not be happy about that.
Listen, what we just said back in the days when Ice Cream Bay was popping. When we was importing everything for the PSX and the Sega Saturn.
True.
So make gaming great again and let these dudes create these games here, and we don't have to import them. So I'm not buying Puyo Puyo Tetris again.
How much did you pay?
Might have been $60 for the import. Even for import, that was pretty good. So it might have been $60.
So it was like a $40 title.
It should have been a $40 title, right? So then we got the Mario Kart 8 debacle. I bought it on the Wii U, and Nintendo lied, or they didn't lie like tell you the thing is red and it's really blue. They lied and by deceiving Mario Kart fans of battle mode, and they made it like remember battle mode?
Yes.
Where you're in an arena specifically for the game, and you just duke it out with your peoples. They put it on a track Like, how is that supposed to happen on a track? You don't put a battle mode on a track. Like, that's just silly. Then they're going to release it for the Switch and advertise that as one of the best features. Like, get out of here. You knew it was missing from that a while ago, which told me you guys planned this a while ago. So you knew you took our Wii U money with the Switch in mind. That's robbery. I'm not buying it again for The Legend of Zelda because I have a Wii U.
Okay.
There's no other reason for me to do that. I have a Wii U already. Not to mention...
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
So Microsoft took a lot of heat for doing that cross thing with the PC and on the Xbox.
Yeah.
Like their exclusives.
Yeah. And
I saw so much noise. It ain't exclusive anymore, you fuck boy. Oh, Microsoft is stupid. There's no reason to own an Xbox now. So I don't hear any noise around like there's no reason to own a Switch because the only fucking game worth playing is also available on the Wii U.
The two games to own a Wii U right now, for the most part, up until Splatoon drop, is already on the Wii U. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't hear any noise though. Why is that? And I'm not talking about fans,
right?
Because a Microsoft fan, how is that a loss for me?
Right. There's a loss for nobody.
I have Horizon installed on my gaming rig,
right?
And my Xbox. The fuck? How's that a bad thing for me?
Absolutely.
And I feel like Nintendo fans are also like, cool, whatever. So why is the industry not latching onto this?
Because the industry weren't the ones that was latching onto it in the first place.
Who was it?
The fanboys.
So what the fuck? Where the fanboys at now?
They only care about the green and the blue.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
They only care about the green and the blue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now,
that's how Nintendo comes through the back door.
Right.
Motherfuckers ain't looking.
Right. They're gonna sell you 5 to their tire. You know, sell them 20 to their tire. So you got that right. The Pokken tournament when it comes.
When is that coming?
I don't really remember.
But it's short characters, no? Or it's 2 extra characters?
I think it's 2 extra characters, which is supposed to be DLC for the Wii U version because it's on the Wii U already. Dope game, by the way.
Looks dope. So is this a trend we're noticing here?
That most of the games is already in the other console? But that was my beef from the get-go.
So now, Donkey Kong is probably next.
You know what? They'll probably get a full-fledged new title.
I wouldn't mind Donkey Kong on the Switch.
See, for me, anything that was already available that you knew was coming to the Switch should have already been available when the Switch dropped.
Okay.
Because that left an open period of time where you couldn't find Switch games on the console. I mean, you couldn't find Wii U games because they were just missing from the shelves for whatever reason.
Right.
And I'm buying a Switch, so if I can't get it there, I'm gonna just get it there then.
So here's where there's like a huge flaw in Nintendo's strategy, according to me.
Right.
Now Microsoft figured out the backwards compatibility thing, right? So there are, and it wasn't a day one thing. So there's some dope shit that, of course, now they need to hunt down the developer and get their consent, whatever.
Right.
We're starting to see some worthwhile titles. Street Fighter, because Sony saved Capcom. All right, you hold down any new Street Fighter.
Right.
Fine. At least the Xbox boys can play the old shit.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
We see the Battlefield. We see some old Battlefield.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing a bunch of old shit that's like, yo, these are heavy hitter games. We were playing Horizon.
Right. We just played Horizon today. Yeah, the original Forza Horizon.
And it held up like incredibly well.
It looks amazing.
And I was just like, yo, and you from day one we started this channel. I was never a fan of backwards compatibility.
Right.
My shit was stop trying to sell me
old shit
on my new shit.
Right.
Whatever. It's a viable strategy.
Right.
Fine. I see that.
Right. Companies got to make their money too.
Yes. With Nintendo here, this should have been a key point to their launch strategy on the Switch more than anything.
I think one of the biggest problems is the accounts, because even when you get your Switch account, you have to do something to link it to your Wii U account or some weird stuff like that.
That's fucking retarded.
So and what I'm saying is, so if you bought a digital game, I have a few digital games on my Wii U, then that should have just been like, you know what? All right, charge me half because you see that I own it from your store.
At the very least,
charge me half. People got to make their money.
But this is why I'm so dumbfounded, and Nintendo does very strange things. They do very strange things, very strange ways.
Like the GameCube controller.
If you know that you are, and all new consoles have this problem, you're extremely light on content, fine. But you don't have any third-party support, right? Mm-hmm. So who gives a fuck that the only exclusive you have when the PlayStation launch is like Killzone? Mm-hmm. Because you still have Battlefield, you still have Madden, FIFA, 2K, all of this other shit. And the same over at the Xbox. The only game you get is a Forza. Well, it's not a big deal because Battlefield, Call of Duty, yada, yada, yada. Nintendo, nothing.
Now here's this, right? So, again, companies got to make their money. For us to transfer all those games over was $10.
I don't care.
No, what I'm saying was that was a good strategy, which is why I'm saying, like, yo, you saw that I bought the game from you digitally in your Wii U store. Give me half. I'll pay half. Yeah. Instead of paying a whole 60 or whatever it is, let me pay half. And I have it ready.
Yes. I can look at that and let me judge that as some scumbag shit after the fact.
Right.
Or at least you can get it.
Right.
Let a motherfucker come through the door and argue, well, at least you can get it.
Right.
You mean I can't get it at all?
Right. Because that was the problem, right? This console generation between, well, technically the Wii was supposed to be a part of this, but like, let's just say the launch of the P4 and the launch of the Xbox One. I get it. There wasn't a lot of new titles out there. And if you're a Nintendo fan, type it in the comment section right now. Shut up, Pilot Wings. Right? Twice, Pilot Wings. So, okay. But we had a bunch of third-party stuff ready to go.
Yes.
Why isn't it like that? Or wasn't it like that?
I don't understand.
For the Switch.
I don't understand.
Especially when I remember when I saw the headline for Pokken Tournament, I was just like, I think they call it DX, and I'm just sitting there like, dude, like, you launched the console with no Mario, which I think is taboo, right? Mario Odyssey is going to be a game of the year.
I quite fancy that game so far.
Mario Odyssey is going to be a game of the year. It's going to ruin a lot of people's game of the years. Whoever thought they was getting it.
Does Xbox have anything coming? Do we have anything coming big this year?
Exclusively?
Yeah.
Forza 7.
Nah, that was going to do shit anyway. Does Sony have anything coming this year? No, there's no.
Sony's kind of tapped out right now.
Well, everyone's fucking tired. But there's no like Last of Us.
From December 4, these dudes
they were shooting
They was cranking stuff out. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's two things, but I don't.
It's a third party thing. The third parties are gonna suffer.
Yeah, I don't think, but I think God of War slipped into 2018. I think the Days Gone stuff is going to be 2018. I think Detroit is 2018 as well. I got to check that again.
So let them have it.
Yeah.
I mean, Mario.
But Shadow of War. The Shadow Mortar follow-up game.
That's happening?
That's happening this year. That's supposed to come out now, August. They got pushed back because they're trying to meet the Xbox One X release. It's a clusterfuck. So, like, I need 5 games for the Switch. And I need 5 games to come out that I can give a fuck about. Xenoblade Chronicles, not X, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 might be one of those games I put on the list.
So here's
and again, Odyssey will be later.
Here's where I have to continue to harp on this.
Right.
There is so much shit that happened on the Wii U that people miss simply because Wii U.
Right. Xenoblade Chronicles X. Right. I don't play RPG games no more. This game is amazing.
And you know I'm a big Xenogears fan.
Absolutely.
And I still didn't even touch it.
Absolutely.
Give it to me on my Switch.
It took me 32 hours before I got my mech, by the way. Which is across the board. It's not just me.
Fuck that.
No, but son, no.
I'm buying a cheat code.
Nah, when you get it though,
Game Shark.
When you get it, you just like, I'm gonna go outside real quick.
I got the biggest dick in here.
You don't even fight the big dudes. You know what you do? you get in your scale, because that's what it's called, scale, and you just start running over all the little dudes.
That's funny.
All the little dudes who you had to fight, you just run them over now. I did that for like 20 minutes straight. I skipped around all the big dudes, the big apes and all that. Nah. I just running dudes. I was just running anybody who can get ran over, I ran you over.
Just racking up experience.
That's it, just running you over.
You're done, son. Yeah, I mean, and with the impending Xenogears Chronicle coming, it would be nice for me to be able to play the first one to get some context.
The original one from the Wii. Because remember, it's 2 series, right? You want that one, right?
I want any of them.
Right, okay, yeah. It would have been nice. All right, so you order, let's just say 1 to 2 scenarios, if not 3. You digitally pre-order the new one. Okay. Chronicles 2. Okay. And they say, hey, by the way, we got that Wii U one, the Wii coming, the Wii version the Wii Shop coming to the Switch. Here's the original.
Is that really what it's called, Wii Shop?
I don't know. I'm making it up. They didn't even know. They had friend codes. Fuck they care, right? So
I just had to text my friend code to Owen. Carry on.
So like, hey, just like what they did with Dishonored 2 or South Park, or South Park 2, if you pre-ordered the game, they gave you the original one, whatever they did to it, they uplifted or whatever, they gave it to you.
God, that's dope.
Or because Chronicles X is part of the universe, but it ain't really the universe. It's one of those parallel games. If you do this, you get half off when this is ready, because it's not really part of that. It is, but it isn't. It's in the same family, but it's not that. But you get half if you pre-order this. Okay. And it's like, I could probably be done with Chronicles 2 before this one comes, and because it's not like a direct intersection of the story, I'll be ready for this when it comes. Because I don't care what they do with number 2, Chronicles X is still going to be worth playing.
Okay, fair enough. I think just as a technologist looking at Nintendo, I feel like they make some very piss poor decisions, particularly when it comes to technology. Like this segregation, this hard segregation in their online friend system. Like, what the fuck is that? This thing where they can't figure out how to get the older games to work on the new shit. It's like, and this is not easy, by the way, right? Because Microsoft does what Microsoft does, and Sony couldn't get it figured out all the way, so they're like, fuck it, throw it on the server, we'll stream it. But find a fucking way. Right. Find a way. Right.
Shout out to the cell processor.
It's processor. Like they just can't figure this shit out at all, and they like never. And it's so bad because as Microsoft and Sony, as each console is introduced, we're talking the Xbox 360, the Xbox One, the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4. They do nothing but get better. Right. From this to that. Right. Synergy gets better. Right. And it gets better and more luxurious every time you move. But with Nintendo, it just gets fucking worse. You start over every time. Yeah. I'm like, what?
Friend codes and transfer over to whatever the Wii U network was.
Is this a thing?
And then okay, so all right. Do I even show up on your friend list?
I've never checked my friend list.
We're done with that. So here's another thing that is annoying. Even if I wanted to get the console today, it's a struggle.
I got one myself.
I know, I don't want to, but like, it would be a struggle if I was the average. No, if I was the average person, no, that's cool. If I was the average person, right, and I wasn't connected to people, no, it's okay. It'd be extremely hard for me to get it.
Hang on, so let me go get it.
You can go get it.
Come on,
you can go get it.
$425.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's about $425 too much. Redbox is giving away Homefront of Revolution, $2 used. That is quite the deal for $2.
You know,
we're gonna get flagged for having that in the video.
Put this here. Put this here for you. So let me put the LD hat on it. Let's make that motherfucker cool.
So
25, son.
Nah, that's cool.
Hang on, let me sell it real quick. So this is part of the original production run.
Right.
This was the one, get the receipt and everything, from the Nintendo store in Manhattan.
Yeah.
That motherfuckers was lining up for it. I didn't have to.
Absolutely. Right.
This is a special one, son.
With the gray Joy-Cons, which means I don't have to be looked at when I have a red and blue one. Or
you don't have like transgender issues. You know,
yeah.
I don't know. I identify as blue or gray.
No, straight gray, right? Yeah, no, still fine. It's
415.
415, too much. For something that's just like, it's $415 more than what I want to spend for it right
It's
now.
a dope piece of tech, though.
This thing, if I was just collecting, knowing that I was going to get one later, it would look pretty in my entertainment center. Yeah. You know what I mean? Next to the NES console that I don't have. So here's my issue with this, right? Because now I'm gonna lay off this a little bit, but this is perfect. Everybody wants this damn thing, the NES Classic console. Nobody was able to get it without having some type of RAM sticked up their ass, right?
Sure.
Or controller, and these controllers are not easy on the corners, right? So
I would not. Even if I got it, I would never play it because I can't physically hold those controllers.
I just wanted it to be pretty on my shelf, but I also wanted to get it as 3 gifts for 2 of my older siblings and 1 of my nephews.
Well, you out here handing out wedding rings for gifts at that point.
I mean, at that point, for what they were selling for, this is something that was an automatic, easy win for them. And then they went out the way and said, oh, we're not going to do no more because we need to focus on our core business or whatever that lingo was, which is supposed to mean they're going to start worrying about the Switch. I accepted the lie. Let's go. Then you turn around. You don't even have a lot of these. Oh, I guess you shouldn't have showed the NES. You shouldn't have sold the NES Classic in the first place because maybe you had more of these. Knowing good and sound well, I know that there are 2 different teams that handles this stuff. But okay, I'm going to continue along with the lie. All of a sudden, you have an SNES Classic coming out.
Yeah. What happened to the core business?
That's going to have the same issue. A shortage. By the way, I still can't buy a Switch right now. Yeah. If I'm a regular person, I'm not buying this Switch. By the way, I just want to remind you.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, bro. You want to see the receipt? It's OG.
Why lie?
Because Nintendo.
And be clear, I don't have an issue with it being $20 more than the Classic. Than the NES Classic. It should be $20 more. You've never played Star Fox 2 ever.
So that was a big thing, right? It was an unreleased games.
It's unreleased game. A very big 2? One game, right? A very big game.
Why was it not released? Does the shit suck? Like, what's the deal there?
The game, if I'm not mistaken, the game wasn't released due to some contractual thing or something like that. Okay. I think it's something dealing with paperwork. The game was completed. The game was done.
So this is fan service right now.
People seen the game. People played the game and been under NDA to not say nothing about the game.
For years.
They just couldn't put the game out.
So we don't know that this game isn't ass.
This is true, but still, $20. I understand. It's less.
Okay.
It's more for less games, but this game, you never played it before. That's like if NES would have said, we have an unreleased
Zelda,
Link or Zelda, because remember Link had a game too, right? Link technically has all the games. Zelda has no games. Link has the games, but Link has one with his name in it, Part 2. Which would have been like, damn, do we fork up this extra $10 to $15 to $20?
Yeah.
You're going to.
Just for the hype alone,
you have to.
You have to.
And again, we can go get the what's it called? Damn, we're just on that. The Retro Pi. Get a Raspberry Pi.
Oh, okay, got you.
And install a Retro Pi and.
Do they sell them configured, or you still build them yourself?
Yeah, you can get it configured. Our boy did it.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, you could do that, and then you can hook it up to whatever, and you can make stretch. Yeah, but this is already done. It's already fixed.
Yeah.
It's already looked good. It's already calibrated. You ain't gotta go scramble for the files. Yeah, you could put more of your other games on there, but see, you're already out of the range of what this is for, who this is for. I thought it was gonna come back to this. Why I can't buy a motherfucking Switch off the shelf right now? You told me you had to stop selling the classic NES to do this.
Yeah.
And this isn't even getting done right, and you're gonna sell me an SNES.
But there's behind the scenes, I think there's problems with because this thing here is for all intents and purposes a cell phone, and it's got the what is it, the K the fucking NVIDIA K series or whatever the fuck.
Whatever.
It's pretty. You remember the NVIDIA Shield?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is what this is.
Yeah.
And apparently it's sharing NAND chips, NAND chips with the same chips that you find in like the iPhone.
I just want to clarify something. We spend a lot of time on Nintendo. This is probably the most time Nintendo's gotten from us in a long time.
I mean, this is the most. I've actually been paying attention to why they've been sucking as a fucking company.
Proceed.
But that, because of the nature of what this thing is, it puts it in that cell phone realm, and they're fighting because they're fighting for the same parts that goes into phones and iPads, and you're not gonna win that battle, B. You just got here, and you're Nintendo. You ain't gonna outbid Apple or Samsung. You know what I mean? So that's their problem.
Not without cutting the back door.
Yeah, and this shit ain't
backdoor deal.
This shit ain't happening for them like that. So this is why I've got this one here. It's now on sale for $800. That was the family price he just got. $410? You sure?
Positive. $410 too much.
$800. You guys hit me up. PayPal me the money. You can Venmo me. We'll get that over. I'll get that over to you. I will scam the shit out of you and send you nothing. Yeah. Send you a box of rocks and go buy a new lens.
Don't fall for the Venmo. Do not fall for any Venmo sales of product. Please don't.
I'll send you a PlayStation 4.
The box.
Oh shit. Okay.
So speaking of the PlayStation 4, so we got a lot of stuff happening right now between X1X and the PS4 Pro. You know, a lot of people are saying like, oh, you know, the X1X has the last time I saw 80 games ready.
Which is just 80 regular games.
It's 80 whatever games. It's getting some type of X mode, right? Some type of X attention, as I call it.
I thought they didn't need that. All games just got the update. All games just realized it was better hardware and ran better. They were unlocked.
All games are going to run like pretty much how the 360 games are running on the Xbox. They're just going to run better. Yeah. It's the same thing. But what they're saying is there are 80 games that get in special, let's just say.
Also, they're redoing like textures and
stuff like that. They're getting that. They're getting that part, which is what the Pro is supposed to do.
Yes. Wait. Yes, the Pro patch.
The patches for the Pro games.
Okay, right. So hang on. Let me see if I get the distinction here. By unlocked, I meant a game, same as a PC world. You could run a game on your PC, 30 frames a second. You go and spend $4,000 for a new PC. Same game now runs at 45 frames a second.
Right.
This is
without even fine tuning. Right.
This is what's happening on the Xbox One by default. Yet there are 80 games that are going to get a patch.
That's going to get a patch.
On the PlayStation, are games able to run better out the gate without a patch?
Yes, but not originally.
Okay, what happened?
So what happened was they launched the console and they were pushing games that were going to have the Pro patches.
Okay.
But your regular game it could have did whatever.
So a Pro patch.
It could have ran better. It could have ran worse.
They weren't saying yes or
no.
They
didn't say yes or no.
Wait, there were results. There was reports of one game. What game was that?
It varied.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
But then months later, a boost mode came out.
Got you.
See, now this boost mode is going to be standard at launch for the One X.
What about the P4?
So the Pro. That's what I'm saying. For the Pro, it became an update for boost mode to come through.
Okay,
to make everything run fine. So today we're even. So today we're even.
Okay.
Where we're not even at is the Pro versus the X updated.
This is why I'm so far removed from this fucking. I gave up. I just gave up because I can't. And here's the thing, like you pick your side of choice,
right?
and they let you down.
Right.
They do some shit and you're like, damn, son, I gotta go back and get my ass handed to me.
Right.
That's happened to both sides.
Right.
And then there's been like a reckoning where like everybody's just in their own world. Like, you know what? Fuck this. We're just gonna do what we're gonna do. But then people still want to create like this war. It's like, why does it matter? Like, if I meet someone today trying to tell me about, you trying to talk about gaming on a large scale.
Yeah.
And why you like this and why you like that, and you don't own both consoles,
right.
I'm walking away from you.
Right.
I'm walking away.
Right.
Like, what, son? Like, if I want to play Street Fighter, we know what console I need to turn on.
Right.
If I want to play Halo, we know what console I need to turn on.
Right.
If I want to play Battlefield, well, then that's my bias.
Right.
And my bias doesn't make my preferred console better than anyone else's fucking console.
Absolutely.
It's just like, well, God, why does this matter?
Right.
Why and how?
Right.
Because this conversation never made Halo work.
Right.
The first one.
Right.
It's still a fuckfest.
Yeah.
And it never made Drive Club better.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So then why? Why do we even... How do people still have this conversation? And then there's the dudes in the PCs like, ha, that is cute.
Right.
And rightfully so.
It is cute. And then it's also cute that they don't have Uncharted. They don't have any Halo after the...
And right, they don't get that on it. I don't need that shit. Like, yes, you do.
Yes, you do, bro. You need it.
Son, the other day we were playing Halo.
Right.
What the fuck, son?
Right.
People could talk all that shit about Halo and Overwatch. Overwatch is a... So when you played Halo, you see why this is Halo.
Right.
Right? There's no going on. This is Halo. The control was amazing.
Absolutely.
Right? And then you play Uncharted. Son, there's 15 minutes into Uncharted, you're like, huh.
Right.
There is nothing I could say about this game right now.
Right.
Like, nothing.
Right.
There's no thing you can say after playing Uncharted.
It just is what it is.
Like, masterpiece.
Right.
All right, pack your shit up and we out now.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
And it's like, we don't need to have these conversations anymore. All right, it was cool. It was cool when both consoles were coming out. You know, yeah, but we got this coming. We got that. Well, everybody's cards on the table now.
Right. And it's like, okay. Again, when I said, I think I did a video, we got a video too, and I'm just saying, like, look, you're gonna get your X, and your 1X rather, and you get your ass whipped by someone on the Nintendo Switch, for Rocket League. What is you telling me? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, what is you telling me?
You're a fucking troll, sir.
It's whatever.
You're a fucking troll, sir.
It's like
there's no Rocket League on the Nintendo Switch.
It's coming.
There's no fucking games.
It's coming.
Whatever, man.
It's coming. So
is that what they said?
It's coming. And you're gonna have a Mario hat on your antenna. It's coming, son. It's coming. So like, it's like, okay. We've always had discussion. We had a discussion years ago. All right, the Xbox is gonna have GDR. The PlayStation is gonna have Terra. You and I already knew what teraflops was before this even entered a PlayStation or Xbox.
Right.
The gaming community don't talk about it like that. We only talk about it when we talk about the PC gaming community. Only talks about it when we need to introduce new architecture inside the chips of our graphics cards. And then again, it's not even a NVIDIA AMD thing, right? Because for some reason, these guys are all unified. I don't know when this happened. I love it, right? But then it's like, okay, this became a talking point. And again, as I've always said, because PC has all the power and DayZ runs like straight ass.
Yeah.
War Z ran like straight ass. Oh, why are you picking on a game like that? You know what? My beloved Arma 3, depending on what system you have. Sorry, Arma 2, depending on what system you had, ran like straight ass.
That was a notoriously difficult game to run. So much so they were
Crisis.
about the modders that were.
Yeah. The modders saved the game.
Yeah.
Across the board, absolutely, like no doubt about that.
The developers didn't get too fast.
And it's like, okay, so you got you got a small part of a community that's loud as fuck, and pretending like you guys don't have issues running PC games. You, who are making a comment here, if you're not lying, probably own a $4,000 rig or a $2,000 rig or a custom built $1,000 rig, because everybody came through and was like, oh, well, why buy an Xbox and a PlayStation when I can make the same systems but stronger for less? So tell me where your 4K system under $500 is at, because show me that video you putting together.
Yeah.
Give me those links to those parts.
You know what's crazy?
And we can make some 4K editing rigs.
I saw that was. I think we can make some 4K editing rigs for about $800 though.
You see, but it's not $500. Under $500.
No.
And it damn sure ain't at $400.
So this is just a gaming community. Fuck Microsoft is the general gist here. When the Pro came out, I didn't see much of the. Can you build a Pro?
Right.
I didn't see much of those. There were one or two, because that's good content. And dudes who's got parts lying around the house, fuck yeah. But when Microsoft said 4K at 60, motherfuckers was upset.
I don't think it was. I don't think it was exclusive to PlayStation.
No, this got nothing to do with PlayStation.
Okay.
PC dudes.
The PC dudes, yes.
They were like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
And then they, because Microsoft said, you can't do this at this price point. This is why this One X is special.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. And they couldn't do it.
Right.
And they could, so much so that I think it was.
Even if you Linux it, you can't do it.
You can't do it. Right? And they kept trying to push Microsoft back in the corner to be like, you're lying about 4K 60, because even a $1,200 system can't do 4K 60.
Right.
And then Digital Foundry comes out and be like, guys, they're hitting their target here.
We'll see through all the rest of the games that come out, but they hit the target. And I'm willing to still say, just like I said the first time, I don't know what these dudes are doing at Forza, but when it comes to car games,
it always hit it.
On the track, they can hit it.
Now, I don't care about that, right? They could be lying, they can't be lying. Right. What I care about is when it's convenient for who's talking at the moment.
Right.
Digital Foundry is the Bible.
Right. Because
that's always been my problem.
Because they set the Bible up during the PS3 360 ending life quarter. That was already set before anyone knew that a new console series was coming. It was established. I can say one of the most purest ones was the DMC video, the DMC and the Tomb Raider videos. Those two videos rang super true in my head right now. Like, I remember motherfuckers was going ham. Like, oh, look at Lara Croft's chin in this one.
Yeah.
And then they show the PC version. It's like, no, boys, shut up. PC's here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then with the Devil May Cry remake or reboot, it's like, ooh. But it was the same trick that you and I always talk about. The Xbox is going to play to the colors.
Yeah.
PlayStation, whatever they was doing, whatever. But you always going to get the deeper blacks.
There's good contrast.
Yeah, you're always going to get the better contrast from the 360 back then.
I just, it's hard
until it becomes like where you can't measure it, which is where you're going to measure Uncharted with.
Yeah.
Because Uncharted always looks the best on that console.
It's only on one console.
Yeah, it's only on one console, but it always looks the best regardless.
Yeah. Like,
you could put out the best whatever game you want out that's also on the PlayStation.
Uncharted still beats
it.
Yeah. It's just God of War. That's just my frustration. Like, I get it. You guys, because when you want to point at the Xbox dropping frames, where do you go? Digital Foundry. When you want to point at the PlayStation 4 running better than the Xbox One, both OG, where do you go? Digital Foundry.
Right.
When you want to prove that the PlayStation 4 is worth its weight in gold. The PlayStation 4 Pro compared to the regular PlayStation 4. Where do you go? Digital Foundry.
Right.
And these are fanboys from all aspects. Microsoft as well, right?
Yeah.
So the one fucking game that's not optimized as well on the PlayStation 4 than it is on the Xbox, and there's been a few instances of that.
Right.
You see all that power and the PlayStation, they go to Digital Foundry, right? So when these dudes come out and say, 4K 60, 500, that's what these dudes are selling. That's what we see so far.
Right.
Nah, that's both. How?
Right.
You get. I'm not saying that it.
Right.
All I'm saying is your measuring stick measured this.
Yeah.
How's it wrong?
Right.
That's it.
Right. How's it wrong? Right. Now the only thing that's like, I'd say, where it gets real funny is the fact that a lot of people was guessing the system was going to be like 600.
Nah, son, I was at 800. I was at 800,
right? Yeah,
solid.
Some people 600, 700, 800.
Son, for that kind of spec.
But you know what? A company like Microsoft can afford to do that.
Yeah, they'll sell more versions of Word.
Because at the end of the day, they are a DSP and a service.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So,
which is how they measure their stats now.
Right.
Active users, not consoles sold, none of that crazy shit.
So like, they can kind of sort of afford to sell this thing at, let's just say it's really worth 800, right? At a $300 loss.
I think it's worth 800.
I know it's worth 800. Mm-hmm. What I'm going to spend for it, my limit is 5. Which is why I said from the get go, it's going to come out at $500. I didn't say it was worth $500. I said it's going to come out at $500.
I was shocked at that price.
I knew it was coming out at $500. There was no way this is going to come out at $600, which I thought like it. Depending on when I heard the rest of the numbers, I was like, "Oh no, this isn't a $600 console. This is an $800 console." But it's coming out at $500. I still remain that it's coming out at $500. So they can afford to do that. Let's say $300 off, 6, 12, 18, 24. That's 5 games.
Yeah.
Right. So this person who's going to spend the $500, then they spend 5 games to make up for that $500, right? Specifically for the 1X features. Well, guess what? That still doesn't cover the spread of the loss because we don't know how that $60 per game is being cut up. You get what I'm saying? True. We don't know if the DSP is only getting 5 or 10 per cell or 40 per cell.
Right.
So they're banking on all the other services aggregated across the platform where they make that money at.
Yeah.
They're also banking on the person who had an Xbox OG and was like, man, I'm not buying an Elite. Man, I'm not buying a 1S.
Now they're getting this.
I know how to buy this one.
Yeah.
They stopped playing or they got games that they've only been playing there. And it's like, all right, well, now I'm going to do this. And then, ding. Headline, Titanfall can go up to 6K. Titanfall was missing from the Vault trial. When Titanfall dropped, nobody got a 10-hour thing on the Xbox. Guess what? It's in the vault now. So already, you get a 1X. If you have an EA Access Pass, which if you own an Xbox, you should get it. Rock with. You already getting this dope. This game is dope regardless.
Yeah.
Right? This game is dope regardless. So now you're going to have that already. So then they probably banking on, well, we just do this game in the vault. So if you get the EA Access through us, you're going to get these other games, which I'm pretty sure the Battlefield 1 is going to have a specific X experience to it.
That's interesting.
Why not? They playing ball, right? EA and Microsoft, they playing ball. I would make that. I would even do it for Andromeda, Mass Effect Andromeda, because that was a huge complaint.
Well, supposedly, which would make total sense, it's not difficult. That was the whole big.
Why would it be? It's Microsoft.
In front of the hardware,
right?
That was the lead-in, the headline that a lot of people miss.
Right.
Microsoft made it uber easy for developers to step up.
Right.
To the to the next level
to push it up, right?
So I mean, if it really is easy,
they have the gaming with Windows, so they must know something. Do you think
it's going to sell well?
I think it's going to sell just about as well as the Pro.
Is the Pro selling well?
Pro's doing well.
Pro's
doing well enough.
Let's establish a baseline.
Okay.
I'm not talking about because people think this thing's gonna fucking save Xbox.
No, it's not gonna save Xbox.
And first of all, Xbox doesn't need saving. Xbox is selling well.
Well,
they're just not selling the 3-to-1 like Sony.
You remember? Did you hear that part of the video I put out? I was like, none of these companies, none of them are failing. Yeah. It's just that they were both was expected to sell 10.
Right.
One
sold 5 and one sold fucking 40.
One is selling 12. The other one is selling 20.
Right.
The difference of 8. They're both hitting their numbers.
Right. So
just one is getting 8 more than the other. That's it.
So we have the baseline. We don't expect this shit to fuck. We don't expect it to make up a gap.
Absolutely.
Of 20 million units sold.
Absolutely. By the way, the PSVR is also selling well too.
I read that.
Yeah.
And I see that Vive is trying to cut their prices to compete.
And so is Oculus.
Yes.
And there's a new Oculus coming.
But good on Sony, which was a thing. We knew Sony could do it.
But we said this.
Yes.
Everybody's leaning on this PSVR as well.
I absolutely knew they could do it. I was still sick as shit when I tried it.
Yeah. I'm just not into VR.
No. So selling well means
by the company's expectation.
Yes. Do you think it'll meet their expectation?
Yes, absolutely do. I don't think it will fall short. Not at all.
Yeah.
I think it will do well. Do I think they'll hit their first? Depending on how well they're watching it, do I think it'll hit their first quarter number? No, it's going to hit their first annual number. I think
it'll do. I think it'll do well in the holiday season.
I also think it will do. Let's see. I think it'll do moderately okay in the holiday system. I think it's going to do extremely well come E3, after E3 next year.
Because that's the proof in the pudding.
Somebody's going to play a hand.
Yeah.
Someone's going to say...
Do you think Sony's coming again?
2019.
What's this? 18 next year, 2019? But it won't be a new PlayStation, though. It'll be just a fuckboy version of this.
No, they better not do that.
I don't think they're coming with a new PlayStation.
The name
it can't be a PS5.
If it's another PS4, it's going to be called Platinum. I'm calling it right now. PS4 Platinum.
You think they're coming with that?
I think they come with a new PlayStation. The gap is too big
between the Pro and the X.
Performance wise, yeah, it's too big.
I don't think it's about performance anymore, though.
I'm on a level like me and you. It's not about that. The problem is...
So you think they're fanboy pleasing? Because this is what this comes down to.
This is what they're both doing. The Xbox One X is a direct response.
Agreed.
It's a two-part response.
One
is Bill Gates. Bill Gates is correct. I gave you a blank check, bitch. Why are you coming out less? I gave you a blank check. Why are you coming out less? This addresses that.
Yeah.
Then this addresses all the assholes that's like, oh my God. The Xbox One.
It's
less
weak.
Powerful. It's weak.
It's weak.
It's weaker than a PS4. And this is like, oh my God, bro.
Oh, you want power?
Because at the end of the day, the same games that are running fucked up on the Xbox One are running fucked up on the PS4.
Capcom's Capcom no matter where they go.
It doesn't matter where you at. What was that game? Unity?
What's Unity? I don't know about that one.
Assassin's Creed Unity. Trash across the board.
Yeah.
So it don't matter. You know what I mean?
NVIDIA Titans couldn't save that.
Listen, 2 Titans couldn't save it. And a 3rd Titan from Titanfall. Titan Core. So, you know, it's just one of those things where it's just like...
So we're tit for tat now.
Yeah, it's tit for tat. I do think... some people said 18.
No.
I don't
think it'll happen, but if it does, it's 19. I agree with you.
Here's how it happens if it happens in 18. February, we're going to get a PlayStation meeting. Actual, not the other one, which is for the games. The actual meeting.
Like the Scorpio meeting. Like
the original PS4 meeting.
What was the original PS4? Oh, announces PS4 doesn't show PS4. That shit.
When we remember when we did the guest video?
Yeah,
that, right? So
okay,
and which we were like very, very, very correct on a lot of those things. That down
to back then.
Down to let me hand you the controller across the internet. Like, come on, we guessed that way before that.
That is probably the last pending feature I wish Microsoft would tackle. That's on the Sony side. Actually, two of them. It's the one where you can hear yourself through the mic.
Yeah.
Because that would help us when we're recording the lobby on our footage.
Yeah.
And the second is that virtual control. That shit is fucking dope. I just wish Microsoft would just... And they've been on a roll with all these preview features. It'd be like, God damn, what? Damn. Like, yo, just give me those.
Right.
Sony had that shit from like day one.
Yeah. But then again, there's some stuff on Xbox. It's just like it rocks out that I wish I could have on the PlayStation. You know what I mean?
To me, and this is the part of war.
This is the part that's annoying.
Like, yo, my man, you see what they doing? Get your ass in the lab, and figure that out.
Right.
Like, what you mean? Son, they found a way to make 360 games work.
Right.
There's a way?
Right.
Figure that shit out.
Right.
And then the next E3, they talking about the OG Xbox games?
Right.
Son, where you at?
Right.
I need to see Metal Gear 1.
Right. But you know what's so funny about that, though? Because this has always come back to this. The original Xbox is only a Direct 12. It's a direct Xbox. It's the Direct Xbox. DirectX. DirectX. That's all it was.
Nah, it was DX10, I think it was at that time.
Direct.
Yeah.
My thing is, they knew what they were working with.
Yes.
So now the core of their gaming business is basically legacy laid out.
Yeah.
The PlayStation 1 was running on whatever it was running on.
Yes, and that was
PS2 was running on whatever it was running on, and then the PS3 was a cell processor.
It wasn't
strongest thing in the world at the time.
Yes.
But no one's paying attention about architecture. And whatever they did to get those PS1 games and those PS2 games to run on a PS3, guess what? Now you got to do those two games again to get to the PS4.
Because of the way that they did that.
Right.
So there's no PS2 or 1 until you figure out 3.
You couldn't even use the PS3 version of that you just did to upgrade for the PS4. You had to go back either to the source or to the 2.
And
shout out to the Warriors.
This is where Microsoft shows their,
That's because of their original background.
That's what they do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just one of those things where...
And this is where you see Sony kicking ass in the hardware world because this is what the fuck they do.
That's what they do.
And I used to tell people, I'm a big Xbox 360 fan. Don't come talk to me about no fucking PlayStation 3. Fuck out of here with that.
Yeah.
If you gave me, here's your budget to set up a home theater for $20,000. The first piece of anything that's going in there was a PlayStation 3.
Absolutely.
That shit played Blu-rays, red rays, green rays. That shit played any type of media from any type of media center, server.
Any type of file
extension. That shit was balls to the wall, B.
Yeah.
And that's what Sony does.
Right.
And you see the strengths in their products.
Right.
I feel like the PlayStation 4 is much less of that lineage. Am I off with that?
No, I would have to agree with that. I feel like they lock stuff down. I mean, shit, you still can't play CDs.
Is that still a thing? I used to troll hard on that.
No, it's still a thing because it's Sony sells music.
Oh, it was just a trolling.
My thing with Xbox is like, and in a little way, PlayStation did too. Is like, don't make me fucking download the app to play a Blu-ray, bro. Or a CD. It should it's in the disc. It's in the genetic DNA of when you make these drives.
Well, the reason because you're downloading the application with the codec.
I know what it's for. No, it's actually a little bit more bigger than that. It's to get a new customer to understand that, hey, we have apps in the App Store.
Nah, that's interesting.
It's a very
because they could have just loaded it on and get it over with.
But it's like, no, we want you to
browse the App Store.
Here's this thing that we want you to do, and guess what? Your Netflix is going to be in there. Your Vudu is going to be in there. If you buy Blu-rays, you've seen the Vudu logo, connect the accounts.
Do you think we'll ever see a Pornhub app?
Secretly? On the Xbox?
On either. So why can't I have a Pornhub app?
First off, don't forget that.
Well, I know that.
PlayStation had An app.
Was it an app or how did they figure out that
it was? I believe it was a straight up app.
Oh, okay.
I think it was a straight up app. Now on the PS4 it's something different, but like the PlayStation 3, if I'm not mistaken, had a straight up app.
So I believe the porn industry are fucking pioneers.
Son, I've been saying this since like 1999.
They had HD before people knew what HD was.
First, nobody had an HD TV. They had the cameras.
They had 4K before people even knew what HD was.
But bigger than that, they had the higher frame rates than everybody.
Yeah, 60 frames solid.
I remember the only other thing that had a high frame rate was like stuff like All My Children.
You know what they on now, right?
What?
That VR experience.
Oh, I'm not.
Son, I've heard that shit is unfucking real.
But I kind of knew they would go there because they've joked about it for years. Yeah. For decades. Look at the Skinemax. Remember Skinemax back in the 90s?
No, I don't know what that one is.
No, Cinemax.
Oh, Cinemax. Yeah.
I call it Cinemax after a certain hour they start playing.
Yes, those shows that they have,
and stuff. So there's a lot of like of these written movies that deals with like virtual porn and being like da. So it's only a matter of time and that was gonna like as soon as the technology they was gonna make it. They was gonna do it. I'm sure.
Like
I would like to like look into it just as a tech person.
Son,
I want to look into it.
Let me give you a little bit.
I need HBO to do a special on it like they used to do back in the day.
This is where I've seen it.
HBO did it?
HBO, I forgot what show it was, but they were at like one of these conventions.
Is it like one of their Real Sex series? Is that still on?
I don't think it was Real Sex. It was something.
Real Sex was the shit, son.
So where they're at now is they're selling. You get the device. Mm-hmm. Of course, it's like their version of the Oculus, where a lot of other people developed for this.
Yeah.
So you get the device. Yeah. And you get the toy.
Yeah.
If you're a woman, it's a little vibrator. If it's a dude, it's a thing that your joint goes in.
Fleshlight.
And they've got it down to the science where like it's a movie. The woman in front of you is doing what she does.
Right.
First person mode.
Right.
And as she goes down to do what she does, this thing starts to move.
Right.
And when I saw it,
right,
I was like, what is this 10-year-old shit?
Right.
But when I experienced the PlayStation VR for the first time, my mind went right back to that porn shit. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Because it's all about sensory overload. You're pushing the limits of your sensory overload.
Right.
So you don't need to have the feeling that a whole hand is touching. You just need something there to vibrate in like a pattern.
Pattern, right.
That then feels like the realest thing in the world.
Right.
Some people were getting their mind blown at this comment. I was like, is this for real?
Yeah.
So that shit's dangerously close to like, you get addicted to that, you won't ever need a spouse.
Right.
Like, what the Sorry, this shit's crazy. Yeah, Sony's running the world with this VR shit. So.
Listen, Sony is what company?
Yeah, they're hardware.
And they Japan, what they do at Japan, they bleep everything.
Yeah.
They in everything and they bleep everything and they participate hard in these types of things.
So Japan is a weird place, B.
It's an awesome place.
I quite like a lot of what comes out of there, but they do some far out shit.
Actually, you know what? We should probably start investing into that and make some money.
What? Japanese virtual porn?
No, just virtual porn.
Yeah, you see Shakira take off her clothes.
Nah, we don't need Shakira.
6.
We don't need Shakira. We can Sakura. We don't need a
Sakura.
We don't need a. We can just make these chicks up. Because people just like look. You can go over there if you want, but we got it right now. It's gonna take a while before they get the licensing, and I don't think a lot of these companies are gonna license their characters out for that. So
no import tax, baby. What up?
Come through.
Ignorant Gamerz VR experience.
And then right when you come through, one of us just busted over like, "Yo, what you doing, my man? What you doing?
Yo, get off my girl, son.
Give you the whole experience. Give you the whole experience. Pull out the Nintendo Zapper.
I think we might as well wrap it up.
We will wrap it up, sir. Wrap it up.
It's been a good show.
Hey, people, we just talked about virtual porn, and I just want to remind you to wrap that shit up.
Wrap that shit up.
Because you don't know where those other pieces been before you got there.
Malware is no joke. Want to cry out here.
You don't want to You don't want a digital malware.
You don't want your shit to be vibrating the wrong way. You're like, wait, no.
You don't want that malware.
Then the camera gave up.
Yeah. We kept it running though.
It's all good.
I think it's been off for like maybe half this podcast.
It's all good, man. Like the video if you guys
chime in along the way, I guess, if you haven't already.
We got to figure out where to put this in the podcast world.
We just go upload it and let it rock on IGZ.
I want to get on iTunes, man. You know you made it in life. There's a bunch of struggling artists out there when they get on Spotify, they start sending you links. Yo. Or
when some of them first got on iTunes,
on iTunes,
You're like, oh, sounds right. I remember, one of the dudes I used to go to college with, seeing his shit on Vivo. I was like,
whoa. Yo, I know him. We just had chicken fingers last week.
I was sending the links out to people like, I told you he's official.
Where's he at now, though?
Who knows?
He's on fucking what's the name of this shit? He's on Tidal.
If he's on Tidal right now,
he's good.
He'd be loving it right now if he's on Tidal.
Yeah. They're treating the artist right.
I'm pretty sure if he's on Tidal right now, he gotta be like feeling like progress, super progress. I hope he is, because
Tidal, Rock Nation, they say that's the place to be now.
Hey, if I was a rapper, I'd be looking at them too.
Shit. All right, man. My name is Ramon.
And I'm Snow.
We out of here.
Peace.